Control what you can control is a fundamental principle in Stoicism that emphasizes the importance of focusing your energy and attention on aspects of life that you have direct influence over, while letting go of concern for things outside your control. This principle is rooted in the Stoic belief that peace of mind and emotional resilience come from understanding and accepting the limits of our power. The dichotomy of control, the concept of control, is central to Stoic philosophy and is often referred to as the dichotomy of control. The dichotomy categorizes everything into two groups: things you can control, your thoughts, your beliefs, interpretations, and judgments about the world; your actions, the decisions you make and the behaviors you exhibit; your reactions, how you choose to respond to events, including your emotional and physical reactions. Things you cannot control: external events, natural occurrences, the actions of others, and random events; other people's opinions, what others think, say, or do; outcomes, the ultimate results of your actions, influenced by factors beyond your control. Why focus on what you can control? Reduction of anxiety and stress. Worrying about things you cannot control leads to unnecessary stress and anxiety. By focusing on what you can control, you can reduce feelings of helplessness and frustration. Example: imagine you have an important presentation, but there's a sudden technical issue. Instead of panicking about the malfunction, which you cannot control, focus on how you can adapt your presentation to the situation, which you can control. Empowerment and agency. When you concentrate on your actions, thoughts, and responses, you empower yourself to make constructive changes. You gain a sense of agency and control over your life. Example: if you're struggling with a difficult relationship, focus on how you communicate and manage your emotions rather than trying to change the other person's behavior. Emotional resilience. Accepting that you cannot control everything helps you build emotional resilience. You learn to face challenges and setbacks with calmness and poise. Example: if you don't get the job you applied for, instead of dwelling on the rejection, you can focus on improving your skills for the next opportunity. Focus and clarity. By directing your attention only to what you can control, you avoid being distracted by external factors. This leads to greater focus and clarity in decision-making. Example: in a chaotic work environment, instead of getting overwhelmed by the disarray, concentrate on how you can organize your tasks and manage your time effectively. How to apply control what you can control. Identify what you can control in any situation. Start by identifying these specs that are within your control. Ask yourself, what can I influence or change here? Example: in a group project with conflicting opinions, focus on how you communicate your ideas and contribute to the group's goals, rather than trying to change everyone else's opinions. Let go of what you cannot control. Consciously decide to release concerns about things you cannot control. This doesn't mean ignoring them, but rather accepting that they are beyond your influence. Example: if a flight is delayed due to weather, instead of getting angry, accept the situation and use the time productively, perhaps by reading or planning your next steps. Focus on your response. In every situation, your response is within your control. Choose how you react, whether it's with patience, creativity, or determination. Example: when receiving criticism, instead of reacting defensively, focus on understanding the feedback and how you can use it to improve. Practice mindfulness. Mindfulness helps you stay aware of the present moment and recognize what is within your control. By practicing mindfulness, you can better manage your responses and maintain focus on what matters. Example: if you feel overwhelmed by a busy schedule, take a few moments to breathe deeply and calmly assess what tasks are most urgent and actionable. The benefits of practicing this principle improve mental health. Reducing the focus on uncontrollable factors leads to less stress and anxiety, promoting a healthier mental state. Greater productivity. By concentrating on what you can control, you allocate your energy more efficiently, leading to increased productivity and effectiveness. Enhanced relationships. When you focus on your own actions and responses, rather than trying to control others, your relationships become more harmonious and respectful. Increased confidence. Knowing that you are focusing on what you can control builds confidence and self-assurance as you see the direct impact of your actions. Stoic exercises to practice. Controlled daily reflection. At the end of each day, reflect on situations where you successfully focused on what you could control and identify areas where you struggled. This helps reinforce the principle in your daily life. Journaling. Write down scenarios that cause you stress or anxiety and clearly delineate what aspects are within your control and what are not. Focus on developing plans or strategies for the controllable aspects. Visualization. Before facing a challenging situation, visualize yourself responding calmly and effectively, focusing only on what you can control. Breathing. Use mindful breathing techniques to center yourself when you feel overwhelmed by external events. This helps you regain focus on your own responses. Accept what happens is a Stoic principle that emphasizes the importance of embracing reality as it unfolds, without resistance or complaint. This principle is rooted in the Stoic belief that everything that happens is part of a larger natural order, and that by accepting events as they are, we can maintain inner peace and resilience, even in the face of adversity. The Stoic understanding of acceptance. Acceptance in Stoicism does not mean passive resignation or giving up. Rather, it involves a proactive acknowledgement of reality and a commitment to responding virtuously. Stoics believe that while we cannot control external events, we can control how we perceive and react to them. By accepting what happens, we align ourselves with the natural flow of life, reducing unnecessary suffering and emotional turmoil. Core concepts behind acceptance. Amor fati, love of fate. Concept. Amor. Fati is the idea of loving one's fate, embracing all events in life, both good and bad, as necessary and beneficial for growth. Application. When faced with challenges, instead of resisting or lamenting them, Stoics encourage us to see them as opportunities for development and to love the path that life presents. The nature of the universe. Concept. Stoics believe that the universe operates according to a rational order, often referred to as the logos. Everything that happens is a result of this natural order, and therefore, it is ultimately for the best. Application. Accepting what happens means trusting in this natural order, even when events seem unfavorable. By recognizing that everything has its place in the larger scheme, we can find peace in situations that would otherwise cause distress. Distinguishing between internal and external concept. Stoics distinguish between what is within our control, our thoughts, actions, and responses, and what is external, events, other people's actions, and outcomes. Acceptance applies to the latter, external events that we cannot change. Application. Instead of trying to control or change the uncontrollable, we accept these external realities and focus on how we can respond to them virtuously. Why acceptance is important. Reduces emotional suffering. Resistance to reality often leads to increased stress, frustration, and emotional pain. By accepting events as they occur, we reduce the mental and emotional burden that comes with resisting what is. Example, if a project at work fails despite your best efforts, accepting the failure allows you to move forward constructively, rather than getting stuck in anger or regret. Enhances resilience. Acceptance builds resilience by helping us adapt to changing circumstances without losing our composure. It strengthens our ability to withstand adversity and recover from setbacks. Example, when faced with a personal loss, acceptance enables you to grieve healthily while maintaining hope and the strength to continue living fully. Promotes inner peace. By accepting what happens, we align ourselves with the present moment, reducing anxiety about the future or regret about the past. This brings a sense of calm and inner peace. Example, accepting a delayed flight instead of worrying about missed connections allows you to relax and use the time productively. Fosters personal growth. Acceptance allows us to learn from every situation, even the difficult ones. It encourages us to see challenges as opportunities for personal and spiritual growth. Example, after a disagreement with a friend, accepting the situation as it is, rather than wishing it had gone differently, helps you reflect on your own behavior and grow from the experience. How to practice acceptance. 1. Recognize reality as it is. The first step in practicing acceptance is to clearly see and acknowledge the reality of the situation. This means setting aside wishful thinking or denial and confronting the facts as they are. Example: if you receive a diagnosis of a chronic illness, acceptance starts with understanding the condition and acknowledging its impact on your life. Live by virtue is one of the central tenets of Stoic philosophy. The Stoics believe that living a virtuous life is the highest good and the key to achieving true happiness and fulfillment. For the Stoics, virtue is not just about moral righteousness, but about living in harmony with nature and reason, which leads to a flourishing life, eudaimonia. Understanding virtue in Stoicism. In Stoicism, virtue is defined as moral excellence and is categorized into four primary virtues: wisdom, Sophia, the ability to make sound judgments and decisions, to understand what is truly valuable in life, and to differentiate between what is good, bad, and indifferent. Application. Wisdom involves practical reasoning and knowledge of how to act in various situations. It guides you to make choices that are aligned with virtue. Example: when faced with a difficult decision, wisdom helps you evaluate the consequences and choose the path that aligns with ethical principles and long-term well-being. Courage, Andrea, the ability to confront fear, pain, danger, uncertainty, or intimidation with confidence and resolve. Application. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the strength to act rightly in the face of fear. It involves enduring difficulties and taking risks for a just cause. Example: standing up for what is right, even when it is unpopular or risky, is an act of courage. This could mean speaking out against injustice or making a difficult personal sacrifice. Justice, Dikaiosine, the commitment to fairness, honesty, and respect for the rights and dignity of others. It involves treating others as they deserve and contributing to the common good. Application. Justice is about acting fairly in all relationships and interactions, ensuring that your actions promote social harmony and respect. Example: ensuring that everyone in a group has a voice and is treated fairly, regardless of their status or background, exemplifies justice. Temperance, Sophrosyne, the ability to exercise self-control and moderation in all aspects of life, avoiding excess and maintaining balance. Application. Temperance helps you regulate your desires and impulses, ensuring that you act with moderation and avoid overindulgence or excess. Example: practicing moderation in eating, drinking, and spending, and resisting the temptation to indulge in harmful habits is a sign of temperance. Embrace discomfort is a key Stoic principle that encourages the deliberate acceptance and even welcoming of challenges, hardships, and discomfort as a way to build character, resilience, and wisdom. The idea is that by voluntarily facing and enduring discomfort, we strengthen our ability to cope with the inevitable difficulties of life and grow as individuals. Understanding the Stoic approach to discomfort. The Stoics believe that discomfort and hardship are not only unavoidable parts of life, but also essential opportunities for personal development. By embracing discomfort rather than avoiding it, we learn to control our reactions, overcome fears, and develop virtues like courage, patience, and temperance. Core concepts behind embracing discomfort. Voluntary discomfort, premeditatio malorum. Concept: the Stoics practiced a technique called premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils, where they would mentally prepare for potential challenges by imagining the worst possible scenarios. Application: by regularly contemplating and even simulating uncomfortable situations, you desensitize yourself to them, reducing fear and anxiety. This practice also helps you develop a mindset that is ready for anything life throws at you. Example: before an important meeting, you might imagine the worst outcomes, such as being criticized or facing unexpected problems, so that you are mentally prepared to handle them calmly if they occur. The role of discomfort in growth concept. Discomfort is seen as a necessary ingredient for growth. Just as muscles grow stronger through resistance, the mind and character are strengthened through challenges. Application. Instead of shying away from difficult situations, embrace them as opportunities to grow stronger, more resilient, and more capable. Example. Taking on a challenging new project at work that pushes you out of your comfort zone can lead to the development of new skills and greater confidence. Indifference to external conditions. Concept. Stoics taught that external conditions, such as wealth, comfort, or physical pleasure, are indifferent to our true well-being. What matters is how we respond to these conditions, not the conditions themselves. Application. By embracing discomfort, you practice detachment from external conditions, focusing instead on your internal state in the development of virtue. Example. Living a simpler lifestyle by reducing reliance on material comforts, e.g., taking cold showers, fasting, or spending time without digital distractions, helps you cultivate self-control and contentment with less. How to embrace discomfort. Practice voluntary discomfort. Intentionally put yourself in situations that cause mild discomfort. This could involve physical challenges like cold showers or fasting, or psychological challenges like speaking up in difficult conversations. Example, choose to walk or bike to work instead of driving, even if it's more physically demanding, to build mental and physical endurance. Set stretch goals. Push yourself beyond your current limits by setting goals that challenge you. These goals should be achievable, but require effort and perseverance. Example, if you're comfortable running 5 kilometers, set a goal to run 10 kilometers and train incrementally to reach it. Adopt a growth mindset. View discomfort as an opportunity for growth rather than something to be avoided. Embrace challenges as learning experiences that contribute to your personal and professional development. Example, if you receive critical feedback instead of feeling defensive, embrace it as a chance to improve your skills and performance. Engage in Stoic meditation. Regularly meditate on potential discomforts or challenges you might face. This mental rehearsal prepares you to accept and deal with them calmly when they arise. Example, before a difficult task, spend a few minutes imagining the obstacles you might encounter and how you would handle them with poise. Reflect on past experiences. Look back on times when you faced discomfort or adversity. Reflect on how these experiences contributed to your growth and resilience, reinforcing the value of embracing future challenges. Example, consider how overcoming a previous setback, such as a job loss or personal failure, made you stronger and more adaptable. Practice negative visualization. Premeditatio malorum is a Stoic exercise that involves imagining worst-case scenarios in order to prepare oneself mentally and emotionally for life's challenges and setbacks. This practice is not about pessimism, but about building resilience, reducing fear, and cultivating gratitude. Understanding negative visualization. Negative visualization is based on the Stoic understanding that life is unpredictable and many things are beyond our control. By contemplating potential losses, difficulties, or disasters, we become better prepared to handle them when they occur. This mental rehearsal helps us to face adversity with greater calmness and to appreciate what we have while we have it. Core concepts of negative visualization. Acceptance of impermanence. Concept. Everything in life is temporary. Relationships, possessions, health, and even life itself. By visualizing the loss of these things, we come to terms with their impermanence. Application. When you regularly remind yourself that the people and things you cherish are not permanent, you become more resilient to loss and more grateful for the time you have with them. Example. Imagine how life would be without your closest relationships or material comforts. This helps you cherish them more deeply and prepares you emotionally for their possible loss. Detachment from external outcomes. Concept. Stoicism teaches that we should focus on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and reactions, while being indifferent to what we cannot control, such as external events. Application. By visualizing negative outcomes that are beyond your control, you learn to detach from them emotionally, reducing anxiety and fear. Example, before a job interview, imagine the possibility of not getting the job. By accepting this outcome as a possibility, you can approach the interview with greater composure and less fear of failure. Building mental resilience. Concept. Imagining worst-case scenarios helps build mental toughness, making you less susceptible to shock or panic when adversity strikes. Application. Regularly practicing negative visualization makes you more adaptable and prepared for unexpected challenges. Example, athletes often mentally rehearse possible setbacks in their performance, such as injuries or losing a match, so that they can handle such situations with resilience. Cultivating gratitude concept. By contemplating the loss of what you value, you develop a deeper appreciation for those things in your life right now. Application. Negative visualization encourages you to recognize and cherish what you have, leading to a more grateful and contented mindset. Example, reflect on how your life would be if you lost your health or home. This reflection can enhance your appreciation for your current state of well-being and security. Practice negative visualization. Premeditation malorum is a Stoic exercise that involves imagining worst-case scenarios in order to prepare oneself mentally and emotionally for life's challenges and setbacks. This practice is not about pessimism, but about building resilience, reducing fear, and cultivating gratitude. Understanding negative visualization. Negative visualization is based on the Stoic understanding that life is unpredictable and many things are beyond our control. By contemplating potential losses, difficulties, or disasters, we become better prepared to handle them when they occur. This mental rehearsal helps us to face adversity with greater calmness and to appreciate what we have while we have it. Core concepts of negative visualization. Acceptance of impermanence. Concept. Everything in life is temporary. Relationships, possessions, health, and even life itself. By visualizing the loss of these things, we come to terms with their impermanence. Application. When you regularly remind yourself that the people and things you cherish are not permanent, you become more resilient to loss and more grateful for the time you have with them. Example, imagine how life would be without your closest relationships or material comforts. This helps you cherish them more deeply and prepares you emotionally for their possible loss. Detachment from external outcomes. Concept. Stoicism teaches that we should focus on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and reactions, while being indifferent to what we cannot control, such as external events. Application. By visualizing negative outcomes that are beyond your control, you learn to detach from them emotionally, reducing anxiety and fear. Example. Before a job interview, imagine the possibility of not getting the job. By accepting this outcome as a possibility, you can approach the interview with greater composure and less fear of failure. Building mental resilience concept. Imagining worst-case scenarios helps build mental toughness, making you less susceptible to shock or panic when adversity strikes. Application. Regularly practicing negative visualization makes you more adaptable and prepared for unexpected challenges. Example, athletes often mentally rehearse possible setbacks in their performance, such as injuries or losing a match, so that they can handle such situations with resilience. Cultivating gratitude concept. By contemplating the loss of what you value, you develop a deeper appreciation for those things in your life right now. Application. Negative visualization encourages you to recognize and cherish what you have, leading to a more grateful and contented mindset. Example, reflect on how your life would be if you lost your health or home. This reflection can enhance your appreciation for your current state of well-being and security. Stoic exercises to cultivate awareness of impermanence. Memento mori meditation. Spend time each day reflecting on your mortality. Consider what you want to achieve and how you want to live, knowing that your time is limited. Gratitude. Journaling. Write down the things you are grateful for each day, keeping in mind that these things are temporary and should be cherished. Visualization of loss. Imagine losing something or someone important to you and consider how you would cope. This practice helps you appreciate them more and prepare for potential loss. Mindful breathing. Practice mindful breathing exercises to stay present in the moment, helping you to live fully in the now rather than worrying about the future. Letting go rituals. Periodically engage in rituals of letting go, such as donating possessions you no longer need, to remind yourself that material things are not permanent. Understand impermanence is a principle rooted in Stoicism and many other philosophical and spiritual traditions. It emphasizes the transient nature of all things in life, teaching us that everything, our relationships, possessions, emotions, and even life itself, is temporary. By deeply understanding and accepting this reality, we can live with greater wisdom, detachment, and appreciation for the present moment. Core concepts of impermanence. The nature of change concept. Everything in the universe is in a constant state of flux. Nothing remains the same forever, whether it's the seasons, our physical bodies, or the circumstances of our lives. Application. By acknowledging that change is the only constant, we can adapt more easily to life's ups and downs and remain flexible in the face of uncertainty. Example, consider how your goals, preferences, and friendships have evolved over the years. This reflection can help you embrace change as a natural part of life rather than resist it. Detachment from the external concept. The Stoics taught that we should not become overly attached to external things, such as possessions, status, or even relationships, because they are impermanent and beyond our control. Application. Understanding impermanence encourages us to focus on what we can control, our actions and attitudes, rather than clinging to what we can't control. Example, if you lose a cherished possession, instead of being devastated, remind yourself that all material things are temporary and their loss is inevitable at some point. Living in the present moment concept. When we understand impermanence, we realize the importance of living in the present moment. The past is gone, and the future is uncertain. The present is the only time we truly have. Application. This awareness encourages us to make the most of each moment, fully experiencing life as it unfolds rather than getting caught up in regrets or anxieties. Example. During a conversation with a loved one, focus entirely on the interaction, appreciating it fully rather than being distracted by past grievances or future concerns. Acceptance of mortality. Concept. Impermanence includes the acceptance of our mortality. The Stoics believe that remembering our own inevitable death, a practice known as memento mori, helps us live more meaningfully and with greater urgency. Application. By embracing the fact that life is finite, we are motivated to prioritize what truly matters and live in alignment with our deepest values. Example, when making life decisions, consider how you would choose if you knew your time was limited. This can help clarify what is most important to you. Practice mindfulness is a principle that encourages cultivating awareness of the present moment, fully engaging with whatever you are doing, thinking, or feeling without judgment. Mindfulness is a mental practice that stems from ancient philosophical and spiritual traditions, including Stoicism, Buddhism, and various contemplative practices, and it has been widely embraced in modern psychology for its benefits to mental health and well-being. Core concepts of mindfulness, present moment awareness. Concept. Mindfulness is about being fully present in the here and now, rather than dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. It involves observing your thoughts, emotions, and sensations as they arise without getting caught up in them. Application. To practice mindfulness, focus on what you are currently experiencing, whether it's a physical sensation, a task you're performing, or an emotion you're feeling. Example. While eating a meal, pay close attention to the taste, texture, and aroma of the food. Notice the act of chewing and swallowing, rather than allowing your mind to drift to other thoughts. Non-judgmental observation. Concept. Mindfulness involves observing your thoughts, feelings, and sensations without labeling them as good or bad. This non-judgmental stance allows you to experience things as they are, without adding layers of interpretation or bias. When practicing mindfulness, acknowledge whatever arises in your mind or body without trying to change it or judge it. Simply observe it and let it pass. Example, if you feel anxious, rather than labeling the anxiety as negative and trying to suppress it, simply notice the sensation of anxiety. Observe how it feels in your body and let it be without trying to push it away. Acceptance and letting go. Concept. Mindfulness teaches acceptance of the present moment as it is, rather than resisting or trying to change it. This acceptance is not about passivity, but about acknowledging reality without unnecessary struggle. Application. Accept whatever thoughts, emotions, or situations arise in the present moment, allowing them to be without trying to control or avoid them. Example, if you're stuck in traffic and feeling frustrated, practice accepting the situation as it is. Recognize that your frustration won't change the traffic and let go of the need for it to be different. Attention to breath concept. The breath is often used as an anchor in mindfulness practice because it is always present and provides a simple focal point for attention. Application. Use mindful breathing to bring your awareness back to the present moment whenever your mind wanders. Focus on the sensation of breathing in and out, noticing the rhythm and flow of your breath. Example. During a stressful moment, take a few deep breaths, paying close attention to each inhale and exhale. This simple practice can help calm your mind and bring you back to the present. Mindful action concept. Mindfulness isn't limited to meditation or sitting still. It can be practiced during any activity. Mindful action means bringing full awareness and presence to whatever you're doing, whether it's walking, talking, working, or even resting. Application. Engage fully in each task, no matter how mundane, by paying attention to the details and being fully present in the moment. Example, while washing dishes, focus on the feel of the water, the texture of the dishes, and the sound of the running tap. This turns a routine task into a mindfulness practice. Take a few minutes each day to focus solely on your breath. Notice the sensation of the air entering and leaving your body, the rise and fall of your chest, and the rhythm of your breathing. If your mind wanders, gently bring it back to your breath. Example, start your day with 5 minutes of mindful breathing to center yourself before diving into your daily tasks. 2. Body scan meditation. This practice involves mentally scanning your body from head to toe, bringing awareness to each part and noticing any sensations, tension, or discomfort. It helps you connect with your body and release physical tension. Example, at the end of the day, lie down and perform a body scan, noticing how each part of your body feels and consciously relaxing any areas of tension. 3. Mindful walking. During a walk, focus on the sensations of your feet touching the ground, the movement of your legs, the rhythm of your steps, and your surroundings. Walking mindfully turns a routine activity into a meditation. Example, on your way to work, practice mindful walking by paying attention to each step, the sounds around you, and the feel of the air on your skin. 4. Mindful eating. When eating, focus on the taste, texture, and aroma of your food. Eat slowly, savoring each bite, and pay attention to the act of eating without distractions like watching TV or checking your phone. Example, during lunch, put away your phone and practice mindful eating, noticing the flavors and textures of each bite, and appreciating the nourishment your food provides. 5. Mindful listening practice, fully focusing on the person speaking to you without planning your response or allowing your mind to wander. This practice enhances communication and strengthens relationships. Example, in a conversation with a colleague, listen attentively to their words, tone, and body language, without interrupting or letting your mind drift to other topics. 6. Mindfulness meditation. Set aside time each day to sit quietly and practice mindfulness meditation. Focus on your breath, a mantra, or simply observe your thoughts as they arise and pass without attachment. Example, dedicate 10-15 minutes each morning to mindfulness meditation, sitting in a quiet space and focusing on your breath or a calming word or phrase. Detach from external validation is a concept rooted in Stoic philosophy that encourages individuals to seek self-worth and contentment from within, rather than relying on the opinions, praise, or approval of others. This principle emphasizes the importance of internal validation, being guided by one's own values, beliefs, and sense of virtue, over the fleeting and often uncontrollable validation that comes from external sources. Core concepts of detaching from external validation, internal versus external locus of control concept. The Stoics believed in cultivating an internal locus of control, meaning that one's sense of self and happiness should stem from internal sources, such as personal virtues, rather than external ones, like other people's opinions or societal standards. Application. By focusing on what you can control, your actions, thoughts, and values, you can develop a stable sense of self-worth that isn't easily shaken by others' perceptions or judgments. Example, if you're proud of your work on a project, that pride should come from knowing you did your best according to your standards, rather than from waiting for your boss's approval or colleagues' praise. Intrinsic versus extrinsic motivation. Concept. Intrinsic motivation is driven by internal rewards, such as personal growth, satisfaction, or adherence to one's values. Extrinsic motivation, on the other hand, relies on external rewards like praise, recognition, or status. Stoicism teaches the value of prioritizing intrinsic motivation. Application. Engage in activities and make decisions based on your internal motivations and values, rather than solely for the sake of external rewards or recognition. Example, choose to pursue a career or hobby that you find fulfilling and meaningful, even if it doesn't bring external accolades or high social status, because it aligns with your personal values and passions. Indifference to praise and criticism. Concept. Stoicism advocates for maintaining equanimity in the face of both praise and criticism. Both are seen as external judgments that should not influence one's self-perception or sense of worth. Application. Practice maintaining a balanced mindset when receiving either praise or criticism. Recognize that neither defines you. Instead, your character and actions, as judged by your own principles, are what truly matter. Example. If someone compliments your appearance or criticizes your choices, acknowledge their opinion without allowing it to affect your self-esteem or drive your actions. Living by virtue concept. For the Stoics, living virtuously, acting with wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance is the highest good. Virtue is internal and self-determined, whereas external validation is unpredictable and often fleeting. Application. Focus on aligning your actions with your virtues, knowing that living according to your principles is more important than seeking approval from others. Example, if you witness an unethical situation at work, choosing to speak up or act with integrity is virtuous, even if it goes unnoticed or isn't popular among your peers. Self-validation and self-compassion. Concept. Detaching from external validation involves cultivating a strong sense of self-validation and self-compassion. This means being kind to yourself, acknowledging your efforts, and giving yourself credit for your achievements, regardless of external acknowledgement. Application. Practice self-compassion by recognizing your efforts and progress, even when others don't. Validate your own feelings and decisions, trusting that you know what is best for you. Example, if you work hard to achieve a personal goal, celebrate your accomplishment internally even if no one else recognizes or praises it. Amor fati is a Latin phrase that translates to love of fate. It is a central concept in Stoic philosophy that encourages embracing everything that happens in life, whether positive or negative, as necessary and meaningful. Rather than merely accepting fate, amor fati goes further, advocating for a wholehearted love and appreciation for all events, viewing them as integral to one's personal growth and the unfolding of a greater purpose. Core concepts of amor. Fati, acceptance of reality. Concept, the foundation of amor. Fati is the acceptance of reality as it is, without resistance or denial. The Stoics believe that everything happens according to the natural order of the universe, and resisting this order only leads to unnecessary suffering. Practice acknowledging and accepting whatever happens in your life, understanding that resisting reality only causes pain. Instead of wishing things were different, focus on how you can respond virtuously to what is. Example, if you lose your job, rather than lamenting the loss or wishing it hadn't happened, embrace the situation as an opportunity to learn, grow, and perhaps discover a new path that is more aligned with your true purpose. Embracing challenges concept. Amor Fati teaches that challenges and difficulties are not obstacles to be avoided, but essential parts of life that contribute to our growth and development. They are opportunities to practice resilience, courage, and other virtues. Application. View challenges as necessary experiences that shape your character and make you stronger. Instead of dreading difficulties, approach them with a sense of gratitude and curiosity about what they can teach you. Example, if you encounter a difficult personal relationship, rather than avoiding or resenting it, see it as a chance to practice patience, understanding, and forgiveness, thereby deepening your emotional maturity. Finding meaning in all events concept. The Stoics believe that everything happens for a reason, and that each event has a purpose in the grand scheme of things, even if it is not immediately apparent. Amor Fati encourages finding meaning in every event, whether good or bad. Application. Reflect on your experiences, especially the difficult ones, and try to discern what lessons they hold or how they contribute to your growth. Understand that every event is a piece of a larger puzzle that is your life. Example, if you experience a serious illness, rather than seeing it as a purely negative event, consider how it might deepen your appreciation for life, strengthen your relationships, or inspire you to help others facing similar challenges. Gratitude for everything except. Amor Fati involves cultivating gratitude for every aspect of life, including the hardships. It's about seeing every experience as a gift that contributes to your journey. Application. Practice gratitude not just for the good things in life, but also for the challenges and setbacks. Recognize that they are essential to your growth and integral to the life you are meant to live. Example, when facing rejection or failure, instead of feeling defeated, be thankful for the experience and what it taught you, understanding that it is leading you closer to where you are meant to be. Living in harmony with nature concept. The Stoics believe that everything in life unfolds according to the natural order, or logos. Amor Fati is about aligning yourself with this natural order and living in harmony with the way things are, rather than how you wish them to be. Application. Accept that life is unpredictable and often beyond your control. Focus on what you can control, your thoughts, actions, and attitudes, while letting go of the need to control external events. Example, if you plan an outdoor event and it rains, rather than being upset, accept the weather as part of nature's order. Adapt to the situation with a positive attitude, perhaps by enjoying the rain or finding an indoor alternative. Memento mori is a Latin phrase meaning, remember that you must die. It is a powerful Stoic concept that serves as a reminder of the inevitability of death and the transient nature of life. Far from being morbid, memento mori is intended to inspire us to live more fully, make better decisions, and focus on what truly matters. Core concepts of memento mori: awareness of life's impermanence. Concept. The central idea behind memento mori is the awareness that life is temporary and that death is a natural and unavoidable part of the human experience. This understanding encourages us to make the most of our time and live with intention. Application. Reflect regularly on the fact that life is finite. Use this awareness to prioritize your time and energy on what truly matters, avoiding trivial distractions and unnecessary worries. Example, if you find yourself getting stressed about minor inconveniences or material possessions, reminding yourself of memento mori can help you shift your focus to what is truly important. Spending time with loved ones, pursuing meaningful goals, and cultivating inner peace. Living with urgency and purpose. Concept. Memento mori encourages us to live each day with a sense of urgency and purpose, knowing that our time is limited. It pushes us to avoid procrastination and to take action on the things that matter most. Application. Make a habit of asking yourself how you would spend your time if you knew today was your last day. Use this question to guide your decisions and actions, ensuring that you are living in alignment with your values and priorities. Example, if you've been delaying starting a project that's important to you, memento mori can serve as a motivation to begin now, rather than waiting for a perfect time that may never come. Prioritizing what truly matters. Concept. Understanding that life is short helps us to prioritize what truly matters, our relationships, personal growth, and contributions to the world, over superficial concerns like wealth, status, or the opinions of others. Application. Regularly reflect on your life's priorities. Consider what you want your legacy to be and focus your energy on those areas. Let go of pursuits that don't align with your deeper values and goals. Example. If you're torn between working late at the office or spending time with family, memento mori can help you choose the latter, recognizing that relationships and memories are what endure beyond our lifetimes. Cultivating gratitude concept. Memento mori encourages a deep sense of gratitude for life itself. By acknowledging that each day could be our last, we learn to appreciate the present moment and the blessings we often take for granted. Application. Start each day with a moment of gratitude, acknowledging the gift of another day of life. Throughout the day, practice mindfulness by savoring small moments and being fully present in whatever you do. Example. Instead of rushing through your morning routine, memento mori can inspire you to appreciate the warmth of your coffee, the sunrise, or the simple act of breathing, fostering a sense of contentment and presence. Accepting death with peace concept. The Stoics taught that death is a natural part of life and should be accepted with peace rather than feared. Memento mori helps us come to terms with our mortality and prepares us to face it with dignity and tranquility. Application. Reflect on your own mortality without fear or avoidance. Consider how you can live in a way that prepares you for death by making peace with others, living virtuously, and leaving a positive legacy. Example. If you find yourself worrying about death or the future, use memento mori to shift your perspective. Instead of fearing death, focus on living in a way that you would be proud of if today were your last. Seek continuous improvement is a philosophy and mindset focused on the ongoing process of enhancing one's skills, knowledge, character, and life circumstances. It involves a commitment to self-betterment, embracing growth opportunities, and striving to be better today than you were yesterday. This concept is often associated with practices such as kaizen, a Japanese term meaning change for better, and is fundamental in both personal development and professional success. Core concepts of continuous improvement. Growth mindset. Concept. A growth mindset, as coined by psychologist Carol Dweck, is the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication and hard work. It contrasts with a fixed mindset, which assumes that abilities are static and unchangeable. Embrace challenges as opportunities to learn and grow. View failures and setbacks not as indicators of your limitations, but as essential steps in the process of improvement. Example. If you struggle with a particular skill, such as public speaking, instead of believing you're simply not good at it, adopt a growth mindset. Seek out practice opportunities, learn from your mistakes, and view each experience as a chance to get better. Kaizen. Small, incremental improvements. Concept. Kaizen is a Japanese philosophy that focuses on continuous, incremental improvement. It emphasizes making small, consistent changes that accumulate over time to produce significant results. Break down your goals into small, manageable steps. Instead of attempting drastic changes, focus on making slight improvements each day, which will compound into substantial progress. Example. If you want to improve your physical fitness, start by incorporating small habits into your daily routine, such as taking the stairs instead of the elevator, or adding a 5-minute walk after lunch. Gradually build on these habits to create a sustainable fitness regimen. Embrace feedback and learning concept. Continuous improvement requires openness to feedback and a commitment to lifelong learning. Constructive criticism and new information are seen as valuable tools for growth, rather than threats to your self-esteem or knowledge base. Actively seek feedback from others, whether in your personal or professional life. Use this feedback as a guide to identify areas for improvement and opportunities for growth. Example. In a work setting, regularly ask for feedback from colleagues and supervisors. Instead of feeling defensive about constructive criticism, View it as an essential resource for your professional development. Set clear, achievable goal concept. Goal setting is a critical part of continuous improvement. Clear, specific, and achievable goals provide direction and motivation for growth. Goals should be challenging enough to promote progress, but realistic enough to be attainable. Application. Set short-term and long-term goals in various areas of your life, including career, health, relationships, and personal growth. Regularly review and adjust these goals as you progress. Example, if you aim to advance in your career, set specific goals such as acquiring new certifications, completing certain projects, or developing leadership skills. Break these goals into smaller tasks and track your progress regularly. Self-reflection and accountability. Concept. Regular self-reflection is essential for continuous improvement. It involves evaluating your actions, decisions, and progress to identify strengths, weaknesses, and areas for growth. Accountability, whether to yourself or others, ensures that you stay committed to your improvement journey. Make time for regular self-reflection, whether through journaling, meditation, or discussions with a mentor. Hold yourself accountable by setting deadlines and measuring your progress against your goals. Example, at the end of each week, take time to reflect on what went well, what didn't, and what you learned. Use this reflection to make adjustments for the coming week and to stay focused on your goals.